Peace. Peace and welcome. And welcome back. Thank you so much for joining us on this Friday flex and stretch. I hope you feel good. I hope you are healthy and in good spirits. We're gonna jump right into these cards because it's been a wild week. On the plus side, I did receive my second vaccine, so I have a little soreness in this left arm of mine. So I will be modifying to my comfort level today, but by all means, feel free to take any expression of the posture that is available to you. So yes, no long chat today. I feel like we need to get right into it. It's an interesting message the universe has for us today. I lost my kitty. Thankfully she floats. Walk your journey in your truth. The choices you make out of love for yourself won't always resonate with or make sense to others. And even if that is hard to accept, it's okay. It's okay if they don't understand that what you do with self-love as the intention is also an act of love towards them. One day, they'll get it. But until then, walk your journey in your truth. The day they get it is a part of their journey, not yours. I'm grateful for the truth in my journey. Wow, that's a really powerful word, because it's very easy to get caught up in comparison, right? So how does that link? How does that link to comparison? Well, when we're so busy looking around at everybody else on their mat and everybody else with their families and everybody else in their world, and we're trying to figure out, well, I tried this and that and it's not working for me. It worked for them. Why isn't it working on me? Because that's not for you. That's not yours. That's not your journey. That's not your walk. That's not your truth. And the fact that it's not your truth, somebody else's happenings, events, good luck, bad luck, anything. The fact that it's not yours should give you all the more reason to seek out what does belong to you, what practices work for you. Some people like to get pedicures. This is really simple. And some people don't like their feet touched. So what's self-care for one? What's an act of love for one? Maybe a traumatic experience for another individual. And that's really important to kind of keep in mind as we carry ourselves through life, is that it's constantly a search for an individual truth. Nice little hand-blended tea to get us started today, but this was a really good one. I think I'm gonna have to sit with this a little more today. Personally. And I encourage you to do the same. pardon my sniffles here, these allergies, with all of these wonderful trees abloom. I forgot that I have seasonal allergies, so I have to keep my window closed at night, because the pollen is wild in the morning. But let's take a moment and just process, internalize, absorb that message. And you can bring the palms up on the knees in a position of receiving. Let's start with a couple of cleansing breaths, in through the nose, out through the mouth, audible, but controlled. Take a deep breath in. Open mouth, side out. Notice where the sound comes from. Inhale. Exhale. One more deep breath in. Biggest breath yet. Hold it. And release. And for a moment, just breathe. Finding that presence of mind and body here in this moment, here with the lesson. Maybe the breaths are nice and slow, maybe not. Here we're breathing simply to observe. Observe what's happening at the feet, the legs, the hips. Observe the ribs and the belly. Observe the back from the bottom to the top. The heart space. The upper chest, the arms, the fingers. I am grateful for the truth in my journey. Take a few more breaths and see what parts of the body you can soften. Maybe the belly or the back softens a bit. The shoulders. I'm just starting a little gentle movement here. Inhale, reaching the top of the head up. And exhale, release that left ear to the left shoulder. Keeping that right shoulder resting down, away from the ear. And take a few breaths here along this right side of the neck. Inhale, come to center. And exhale, right ear, right shoulder, opening the left side. Inhale to center. One more time, exhale. Left ear, left shoulder. And if you'd like here, you can roll through the bottom, bringing the chin to the chest. And inhale up to the right. And then exhale down. Inhale up to the left. Just working out the kinks here. Come on back to center. Give the shoulders a few rolls. Accepting what is at this time. Coming to stillness here. Send the sit bones down. Reach the left arm up. Reach, 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 reach those fingertips up. And exhale, switch sides. This time, bring the right fingertips up. Ooh, quite a bit of soreness here. Nice, switch sides. This time, send the left arm overhead. And we're gonna send the right arm behind. So we're reaching. Both palms face towards the body. So the right palm is going to face in, and the left palm is going to face in. The left thumb pulls back, and the right pinky pulls back. So we're reaching here. But try not to overarch the spine here. Keep the belly tucked in, ribs tucked down. And reach. Then open wide to the side. Whew. Switch sides, bringing that right palm up. And reach towards the back. And let's do one more time on each side. Coming out to the side. And then right arm down, left arm up, press back. And coming out to the side. Switch sides. Right thumb back, left pinky back. Beautiful. Come back to center. Arms out at the shoulder height. And go ahead and give yourself a nice hug. Wrapping one arm under the other. Reaching the fingertips towards each other. Giving yourself a nice hug here. Maybe drop the chin. Take a few breaths here. Feeling the shoulders stretch. Widening across the back. Inhale, bring the elbows up to shoulder height, open up the arms. Breathe big here. Maybe you lift the upper body, lift the heart, the chest here. Maybe the chin tilts up just a little bit. Exhale, switch sides. Bringing the opposite arm on top. Go ahead and give yourself a nice little hug. up to the top. Reach both arms up. Interlace the fingers. Press the fingertips up towards the ceiling. And exhale, twist to the left. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist to the right. Inhale. Exhale, twist. Inhale. And exhale, twist. Come back to center. Nice. And you can release the arms. And come into a nice tabletop position. Just making a few adjustments here. So in tabletop, let's take a few hip circles here. Searching for our individual truth. And you can keep the toes tucked or untucked. Really, it's up to you. And let's take a moment and find a couple of cat-cows here. Pressing firmly into the mat. Nice little tiger grip here. Inhale. Tilt the chin up. Lift the heart to the front. And drop the belly. And exhale to round. Reversing that action here. Tuck the tailbone. Lift the mid-back. Chin to chest. Inhale. Cow pose. Exhale. Cat pose. Inhale, nice flat back here. We're going to walk the arms forward. Take a little puppy pose just to open up those shoulders. Make sure we're scooping the armpits. So almost like we want to draw them together in the front. Try to keep the hips and the knees stacked on top of each other. Maybe you drop your head down to the mat or a block. If you need a little support, looking for the length in the spine here. So keeping that chin tucked as long as we can. Breathe here, feeling that nice hollow belly, pulling up and in for 3, 2, and 1. Pressing into the palms, lift up, and walk the arms back. Nice short downward facing dog here. Tuck the toes underneath. Lift the hips and pedal out the heels. Whew. Getting into the hamstrings. Really pressing that belly towards the thighs. Sway the hips. Let's take a few more breaths here. Checking in with yourself. How do the shoulders feel? Is the breath steady here? Let's press that left heel down as much as we can here, spreading across all 5 toes. And lift up, that right leg. And here, we're gonna keep the toes pointed down. So think of warrior 3 with a square hip, nice and flat, from left to right. Lifting up that heel, driving it long behind you. So you might not lift as far as if we open the hip, but that's okay. We're working on strength and length in different areas here. Go ahead and bring that right foot in between the hands and drop the left knee down. And for a moment here, just settle yourself. Maybe you adjust, bringing that right foot forward if you need to get that ankle under the knee. Maybe you grab your blocks, being very kind, very gentle to your body today and every day. Settle the shoulders over the wrists. Nice low lunge here. Three. Two. Reach the top of the head up. 1. Settling the hips. Nice. Walk the blocks back. Straighten the right leg. Lengthen through the spine once again. So maybe we come up even higher. Okay. You can always grab a hold of some blocks or a stack of books, a heavy box, anything that we can give ourselves a little bit of support with. And take a few breaths here. Maybe you bend the elbows, bring the crown of the head forward as you fold at the hips, at the waist here. Okay, we want to be careful not to kind of round and bring the head down. Nice long lines here. Take a few breaths. Notice the sensations. Three. Two. Rocking forward, placing that right foot down. Maybe you lose your blocks for now. Go ahead, tuck the left toes underneath, step back. And for here, bring the big toes together. Take the knees apart. And press back for a nice little child's pose. If you would like, you can bring the arms alongside the body, alongside the legs. So almost as if you want to reach to hold your feet. And here we can always place a blanket, a pillow, or anything in between the thighs and the lower legs to give you a little bit of support. Again, blocks are your friend. One more full breath here. Beautiful. You can bring the arms back alongside the body, removing your block. And we're going to come back to that tabletop, just resetting here into downward facing dog. Tucking the toes, lift the hips. And we're going to switch sides. And bring that left heel up. Right heel presses down and the left heel presses back. Notice the sensations along the sides of your legs, the outer edges. Pressing down that right foot, lifting that left foot a little higher. Breathe here. And exhale, take that left foot in between the hands. Go ahead and settle down that right knee. And come into your low lunge. Propped or not. Knee and ankle are lined up on the left. Top of the head reaches up. Shoulders are down from the ears. Breathe here, pressing down into the top of your right foot as well. Because the blocks here are really just to support. We're working on strengthening, believe it or not, the legs as well as lengthening and opening up that front hip flexor on the right. So there's a downward motion of the feet on both sides. Take one more breath here. And walk the palms back. Straighten your left leg. Make any adjustments you might need to make. Pulling that left hip back, making sure it stays even with the right. And just a little tiny micro bend here in that left knee. Take 2 more breaths. And from here, pressing down on the right, lift up that left arm. I know we didn't do this on the other side, but take note of what's happening here on the outside of the left leg. And release. Fantastic. Bring that left foot back, coming back to both knees. And we're just going to switch sides. Make sure we get that outer leg stretch on both sides. So go ahead and extend the right leg, keeping the hips nice and even here. And we're going to twist open to the right. And again, always noticing the difference from left to right. This yoga is a practice of embodiment, a practice of observing all the little happenings of the body. Take one more breath here. And release. Beautiful. From here, bring that right knee back. We can take the knees nice and wide. Once again, coming into a nice child's pose. And again, you can support your child's pose with some blocks, a blanket, a pillow. You can place a pillow just underneath the belly here. But wherever you need support, take a moment and find that. Take a few breaths here. Maybe you bring the palms together and bend those elbows for a nice tricep stretch. Take 2 more breaths here. And we're gonna slide forward best way we can. And we're gonna walk these elbows forward, drop the hips down to the mat, settling the shoulders over the elbows for a nice Sphinx pose. Again, careful not to lose the neck here. Jutting with the chin forward. We want to tuck the chin and pull the shoulders towards the back. Pressing the palms down. Last breath here. Beautiful. Go ahead and bring that, rotate that right arm, almost as if you want to grab a hold of the left elbow. And we're going to reach back, grab a hold of that left foot. Maybe we have a strap. A sock. Maybe you grab a hold of your pants. There are so many ways to prop your practice. You get a nice little quad stretch here. And release. And we're going to switch sides. Dropping that left elbow down. And reach with the right hand for the right foot. Last breath here. And release. Bringing the palms back. Right where the elbows were, we're going to squeeze those elbows in and press up to a nice tabletop, and then just walk the knees. So we're transitioning through. Okay. And here, let us go ahead and come on to the back. Hug the knees in. Tuck the chin here. And observe the breath. And maybe we take the knees out to the armpits. And take a moment to rock here, left and right, if that feels good. Some people like a side-to-side rock. Some people like a forward and back rock. I don't necessarily recommend that option if you have any issues with dizziness or vertigo or anything like that. Perhaps any slipped discs that are not under control. You might want to avoid that, but nice side-to-side motion. It's nice and easy, and it gives the spinal muscles, the erector spinae, if you will, gives them a nice little massage. Beautiful. Bring both knees together. And you can go ahead and drop that left sole of the foot down towards the mat. And cross that right ankle over that left knee. The ankle can land the pinky toe side of the foot right on that thigh. And take a few moments here, grabbing a hold of that left thigh, maybe pulling it in towards the body. So we're opening the hip here, a reclined pigeon stretch. Notice what's happening at the shoulders, at the neck. Notice the contact at the low back. Feeling the breath just breeze right through. And release. And switch sides. Left ankle over the right knee. And go ahead and pull that right knee in, observing, honoring any differences from the left to the right. Every day is different. Today ain't yesterday. And it won't be tomorrow. So the moments that we can sit and appreciate what is here, now, this is where we really get the goodness out of life. Go ahead and release. Coming into our nice spinal twist, we're gonna set the feet about hip distance apart. Grab my little sweater because I am chilly. Set the feet about hip distance apart, and we're gonna press them into the feet and shift the hips over to the right. So the hips come over to the right, okay? The knees come over to the left, and the head comes over to the right. And enjoy a few moments here. Maybe you stretch both arms out to the side, or you can bend them up for a little cactus pose, or even overhead, bending at the elbows if that feels good for you. See if you can notice what relaxes a little more as you exhale. And nice and easy, roll it back to center. Generally head first. We're going to lift up the seat, slide it over to the left, drop the knees to the right, and turn the head to the left. And as always, listening to the body, if turning the head does not feel good, you can just leave your head, your nose pointed at the ceiling. Still enjoying this yummy, luscious spinal twist as that left shoulder rests down on the mat. come on back to center. Bringing the hips nice and even with the shoulders here. And if you want, you can grab a hold of your knees and kind of move them in independent circles. Maybe left and right. Just notice what happens here, the low back, the tailbone area, the sacrum. Even the top of the glutes might get a nice little massage here. Nice. Now we can come back to center and settle here into stillness. Extending the legs. Or maybe you come into a nice seated position, turning onto one side, and use your arms to press yourself up into a seat. For a few moments, allow today's session to integrate. Feeling the body at ease here. Feeling the breath moving smoothly through the body. I am grateful for the truth in my journey. And as always, I encourage each of you to stay here in this space of stillness and meditation for as long as you like, or as long as you're able. I hope that today's easygoing session felt good. I hope it served you. I would open up your eyeballs to new parts of the body, new patterns of breath. I hope you enjoyed it. And I hope I see you again really soon. Om Shanti. Shanti, Shanti. Peace, peace, peace. Namaste. Thank you so much. Peace, friends. We'll see you next time.